we're going to talk about making flyers for your virtual tour. First of all, when you are in the edit mode for your virtual tour, the first thing you're going to want to do is go to the Manage Panoramas, Still Photos, and Videos section of the virtual tour. On the Manage section is where you will find the toggle switch for each picture and each panorama that you've uploaded that will tell the system whether or not you want that image or that panorama to appear on your flyer. So what you will want to do is you will want to go through and turn on the switch for any images that you want to include on your flyer. Alright, so you can just go right down through your list of images there and select the images that you'd like to have on your flyer and go ahead and just click to turn those on. Alright, and then once you have those selected, go ahead and click on the Save button at the top of the manager. Alright, so once you have selected to have images appear on the flyer, you're now ready to start building your flyer. And you can simply go to the information menu and you will see that there is an option for flyer right there. Now when you click on the flyer to build the flyer, you will see that it starts out by letting you choose a layout. And you'll notice that each one of these layouts has a different amount of pictures that appear. The images are displayed in different locations and different sizes. You will see that some flyers allow for the tour description to appear as text on the flyer. There are other flyer templates that do not allow the tour description or the amenities or the attributes to appear on the flyer. They're more graphic oriented instead of text oriented. So what you'll want to do is look through these thumbnails here and pick out the layout that you like. Now one of the nice features is if you pick out a layout and you're not happy with it, you can come back and change that layout at any time, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead for right now and I am going to select this layout, and let's see here, I'm going to select this layout right here at the top. Okay, so I'm going to pick this layout right here. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is after you select your layout, scroll to the bottom and there is a button there that says Next, and that'll take you to the next step of the flyer process. So go ahead and click on Next, and here is where you will then select the background image that you would like to have appear on your flyer. Now you can select to have a solid tone color. You can select from any of the vivid imagery that we have here as flyer backgrounds. And then you can also select to upload your own and create your own custom background, which we will talk about in the custom backgrounds video. Okay, so let's continue on here with selecting a background. Now there was a background that was displayed on that template that I just chose. I'm going to click previous and go back to that template here, and it's the one with the cactus and the sunset. And I can see looking at that the layout is covering up a lot of that cactus and sunset. So I'm going to go next here and I'm going to select, I kind of like this particular image right here. So I'm going to go ahead and select to use this beach shot that's got the water coming up on shore with the two starfish there. Once you have selected your background, then you need to click on the update button right there. Alright? Once you've clicked on the update button, your flyer is ready to be generated. Now, in order to generate the flyer, you simply come up here towards the top. In this View Flyer button, you will just click on that, and a new tab window will open and it will say, please wait while we create your flyer. Now if you don't happen to see that, if your monitor is not large enough, you'll see this information at the top. You'll see your logo here and you will see this information, and just scroll down and you'll see it working to create your flyer right there. And it may take a few seconds for that to come up, and then as soon as that has finished generating your flyer, you will see your flyer appear right here. And there is my beautiful flyer. Now, there's some things that I want you to pay attention to once you have generated your flyer. Okay? You'll notice that I've got these images here. Now, the primary image that's listed right here is the master bathroom. You'll see that the back deck is in this upper right hand corner. And then you'll see that the front of the house, the fireplace, and then the living room are in these three smaller thumbnail images off to the right hand side. Okay? Now, the reason that this is very important is because you'll want to, if you want to change these images, the position of where these are on the flyer, you have to change where they line up in the virtual tour on the virtual tour manager. Okay? And the order of the images and the panoramas on the manager or in the virtual tour is the order that they appear on the flyer. So we can see, if we look right here on the flyer, we can see that this main image is the bathroom image. So I'm going to go over to my tour here and I'm going to click to go back to the manager, and I can see that the bathroom is the first image of my tour. So as I look at my flyer, I know now that this is image 1. And whatever image I put as the first image in the tour, or the first image of the images I've selected on the flyer, this is where the first image will always appear. And let me show you how that works, all right? I'm going to take this front of the home shot right here. I have a cropped one right here, actually. I've clicked this one to make this one on the flyer. You can see right there, show on flyer. The show on flyer is green. So I'm going to take this image right here, and I'm going to take this image and I'm going to head and I'm going to move it up to the number 1 position, okay? And I'm going to save that. All right. Now, after I've saved that, I'm going to come back to my flyer, and I am going to click to reload this page. Now, it's going to have to regenerate my flyer, and it's going to move the images around because now I've just changed the order of the images on the virtual tour. So now it is going to reload my flyer, and we'll see what it looks like here in a moment. But what we should see, if everything worked correctly, is that where that bathroom shot was located, yep, now the front of the home is right there. So you'll see that by going to the manager and changing the order of the images on the tour, I was able to change the order of the images on the flyer. Okay? Now, we can see here that the photo of the home is right here, and I would much rather see the fireplace up there. So I'm going to go back to my manager, and I can see that that secondary home shot is right there. I'm going to drag that down to the very end. And let me just drag that down a little bit farther here. There we go. All right, so there. Now it's at the very end of the tour. I'm going to click Save. I'm going to go back to my flyer now, and I'm going to click to refresh the page so it will reload and rebuild my flyer. And so right now it is working on rebuilding that flyer. Again, it's going to take a few seconds here. And as soon as that finishes, we should see now that, again, the home is still there because that's the first one. This must be the secondary position because we can see the master bathroom right there comes right after the front of the home. So out of the images that I have selected to appear on the flyer, that is number 1, which is showing up right here. This one is number 2, which is showing up right there. And then here's another one I've selected. The back deck is number 3. And on this particular template, there is image number 3. And then now we can see that the fireplace, which is the 4th one I've selected, and then there's the living room. All right, so we can see the layout of where these images appear on the flyer. And then in order to get the images where we want them, we just need to move the images on the manager to the corresponding spot, whether it needs to be first, second, or third. All right. Now, on this particular flyer, we can see here that there's the description right here. We've got the images and the agent and broker contact information at the top, but none of my amenities or attributes are appearing on this particular flyer. All right. So I'm going to go to my property information here, and we can see that I have a description that is appearing on the tour. and we need to put in some amenities here. So let's just put in a price here real quick. There we go. And we'll get this configured here real quickly. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and save those attributes, and we know that we have attributes now that can appear on a flyer. However, this particular flyer template is not a template that includes attributes and amenities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the flyer now, and on the flyer editor, I'm going to go through and I'm going to try picking a different layout. I'll go back to this first layout here, and I'm going to click next, and I'm going to still use the same background image, really like that one, so I'm going to click update, and my information's been updated successfully. And now I'm going to go to my flyer page. I'm going to refresh this page here real quick and let that go ahead and build my new flyer now with my new template. And then let's take a look and see what happens with the new template and how the new flyer looks. All right, and as you can see, the process allows you to make quick and easy changes to the flyer. You simply just build the flyer by, first of all, turning images that you want on the tour on for the flyer in the managing section. You go to the manager, and any image or panorama you want to appear on the flyer, you simply just use that show on flyer switch and turn it on. Then you go to the flyer editor and you select a layout, you select a background, and then let the system build that flyer for you once you click to view the flyer, and it'll go ahead and put that flyer together. And then once that is finished, you will be able to see the final flyer and make edits to that if you want to see the layout look a little different. Okay, so we can see that it has finished building this particular flyer, and we can see that the images go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right down the side of the flyer there. Notice that in this particular layout, it puts in the price of the home, the address, puts in some of the attributes right here as far as it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, built in 1975, 2,574 square feet on 2 floors, and the garage size is a 2-car garage. There's my description. And then notice that down here it even has a space for amenities, the interior, the exterior, the appliances. So notice that it even puts some of the amenities that I had on the virtual tour. Now, each one of these templates, one important thing to note is that each one of these templates is a template that has a locked position for each part of the information. So if you write a description that is longer than the available space on the template, the description will be cut off. Look at this right here. Notice that down here at the end of my description it says first floor office with wall to ceiling built-in bookshelves, living room with, and my description ends right there. Well, this particular flyer template only allows this much space for text. And so if my description is longer than the available space, it is obviously my entire description will not show on the flyer. So that's another reason to look and try different flyers and find the one that seems to work best for your particular needs on the tour. Now, I have more amenities on this virtual tour selected than are showing here. The interior amenities, exterior amenities, and appliances, I have more selected than are showing up here on the flyer itself. Again, we have limited space on these flyers, so there's not room to put down every single thing that you add to the tour and select. You can't put as much text as you want. You can't put as many amenities as you want. We have a maximum amount of space we can work with, and each field is a definite sized field on the flyer. So keep that in mind, that as you build your flyer, if one layout doesn't work well enough, switch to a different layout. and you can always try different layouts until you find one that allows the information on the flyer that you're looking for, that your customer's looking for, and just realize that you won't necessarily be able to put everything that you have on the flyer, okay? But as you can see, it's pretty simple to build the flyer, and again, there will be a secondary video that will show you how to take care of creating your own custom background. All right, everyone, enjoy the flyers.